So I'm sure you guys have probably heard this before, but a massive 95% of new traders end up losing their first account. The sad part is that out of those, 90% just keep struggling until they give up trading for good. On top of that, about 80% of day traders called it quits within their first 2 years. Pretty rough, right? I mean, there is no question about it. Well, in this video, we are going to get real about the brutal truth of why so many traders fail, and more importantly, how you can flip the script, because believe me, you can if you are persistent enough, how you can flip the script to become a part of that exclusive 5%. I believe that if you address what I consider the 5 main mistakes that lead day traders toward failure, because that's exactly what they are, main mistakes, which we will cover obviously in this video, you will significantly, in my view, increase your chances of success. So let's start with mistake number 1. Many new traders jump in without a trading system, or at best have an incomplete one, driven by the rush to make money quickly. It's no surprise that 95% of them fail. The reality, guys, is that without a structured approach that comes from understanding how the market works, you are setting yourself up for disappointment from the get-go. Think about it. Most traders dive into the market without fully understanding the mechanics behind price movement. What this means is that they often rely on what they believe is a good entry model. The problem is that the model hasn't been thoroughly backtested, if it's been tested at all. The fact is that without knowing exactly how viable your strategy is and how it performs across different market conditions, you are essentially gambling, and that's dangerous. Even more important is understanding the context in which that entry model works. It's not just about executing trades, but knowing when and where your strategy is likely to succeed. If you haven't studied or prepared for different market scenarios in a demo account first, you are more likely to get caught in a setup that at best looks promising but doesn't align with the broader market conditions. So if you haven't studied, and obviously here, like any skills out there, trading demands a blend of theoretical understanding and hands-on experience. So if you haven't studied, tested, and understood, more importantly, the market's fundamentals and how they shape your trading approach, how can you really expect here to figure out the exact flow in your strategy? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's clearly unrealistic. That's why you need to put together a clear, repeatable, and proven process to increase this way your chances of a long-term success. If you don't, you won't have focus and confidence, causing your trading to become overly emotional and reactionary. This dynamic will eventually lead to impulsive entries and, at best, inconsistent results, if not total failure. Trust me, guys, I've been there and done that, so I know exactly what I'm talking about here when I initially started trading more than 20 years ago. So my advice here would be put your head down and commit to studying the markets for the next at least 6 months, avoiding, in the meantime, live trading. During this time, focus entirely on learning market dynamics, backtesting strategies, and observing, more importantly, how structure and price action develops. This dedicated period of study will give you a strong foundation. So when you are ready to trade live again, you'll no longer be a gambler, but instead you'll have the right knowledge and discipline to make calculated high probability entries. Listen, folks, trading is one of the toughest professions out there, and it's not something you can master by just reading a book or watching a few videos. It doesn't happen that way. That's why the sooner you accept this reality, the sooner you'll be able to start making real progress in terms of developing the skills and mindset required to make it in this game. Okay, let's now move on to mistake number 2, inconsistent or non-existent risk management strategies. One of the common mistakes that most new traders make is having inconsistent risk management or no risk management at all. This can be especially dangerous because without properly managing risk, even a few bad trades can wipe out a significant portion of your account. Now, newbies often focus solely on the idea of raking in big, overlooking this way the importance of setting stop losses, managing position sizes, and maintaining a risk to reward ratio. The problem with this approach is that without these measures, you are not only exposing yourself to larger than necessary losses, but also trading emotionally. And this is where this game becomes, in my view, even more dangerous. When emotions take over, it often leads to chasing losses, doubling down on risky positions, or cutting winning trades too early. This lack of structured risk management plan is one of those major reasons why many new traders struggle to survive or lose their ass in the markets. Guys, you have to realize that without a strict risk management plan, even the best trade setups can turn into disasters. I think that consistent risk management allows traders to protect their capital, keep losses manageable, and more importantly, maintain a disciplined approach over the long run. That's why I think that clearly risk management, whether you are a pro or a noob, is a must in this game. Mistake number 3, not knowing yourself as a trader. Success in trading is all about having a strategy that fits you, your mindset, your weaknesses, your strengths, your emotional triggers, your risk tolerance, and your understanding of the market. Simply adopting someone else's plan or relying on others' opinions or views without actually understanding why it works is not going to cut it, because you are essentially setting yourself up for failure. Just because a strategy works for another trader doesn't mean it will for you. You have to understand that if you are serious about making it in this game, you must develop your own trading approach, which is going to be the only path towards success. Obviously, this is going to take time, and it's not just about following trends. You'll have to spend, in my view, countless hours watching every price movement, every price action pattern, every shift in momentum, every fake market maker move, and understanding at the same time how everything fits together. The more you immerse yourself into this way of studying the markets, the more confident you will be in creating a trading model here that plays to your strengths. Ultimately, as everybody knows, confidence comes from preparation and having a back-tested strategy that's tailor-made for you, by you, meaning a strategy that aligns with your personality and trading style will give you the edge you need to be profitable. Bottom line, guys, it's not just about knowing the market and understanding its dynamics or underlying principles. It's also about knowing yourself as a trader. And that obviously comes from understanding again your weaknesses and your strengths, and combining that with your market knowledge. And knowing yourself as a trader means understanding whether you have the patience to develop your own educated view of the market. If you don't, then honestly, this game probably isn't for you. You need to realize that trading is a tough, cutthroat profession, and it's not for the faint of heart. Obviously, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, because that it won't be fair to you. But at the same time, I can tell you that turning $1,000 into $500,000 in 6 months is doable, because that's just not realistic. I mean, that's complete BS. Those throwing such numbers around, and they are literally talking out of their ass. There is no other way to put it. And here, you might get lucky at first, maybe hit 3 or 4 green trades in a row, but eventually that luck is going to run out. But relying on luck instead of a solid, well-tested strategy or setup is a recipe, in my view, for disaster in the long run. Again, this game isn't easy. It's demanding, brutal at times, and only those willing to put in the time, effort, and mental fortitude can make it. So if you aren't prepared for that, it might be time to reconsider. Mistake number four. Mistake number four is about not realizing that trading is not about predictions, it's about probabilities. And new traders often think that success in trading comes from predicting the market's next move. In reality, as I just said, it's all about understanding probabilities, not making predictions. The market, as we all know, is volatile, and even experienced traders can't consistently predict price movements. What separates the 5% profitable traders from the rest, I think, is their focus on probabilities. Each trade should be viewed as part of a proven strategy with a calculated risk-to-reward ratio. Think in terms of odds here. Even if a strategy only works 60% of the time over a series of trades, it can still be profitable. The key is to manage losses and stay disciplined, understanding that no trade is a sure thing. I think that by having the mindset of probabilities, you'll stop chasing perfection, since it doesn't exist in trading or anywhere else for that matter, and start making calculated entries that lead to a consistently green account. Mistake number five. There are countless strategies out there, and it's nearly impossible to master them all. New traders often, and rightly so, I must say, get overwhelmed by the sheer number of trading strategies out there, feeling this way pressure, believing that they need to excel in every single one. The reality, though, is that you only need one solid pattern or setup to make a living. Now, why do I say that? Well, I say that because the key is to find a strategy based on a pattern you understand and feel confident with. The exclusive 5% of successful traders don't just, jump from one method to the next. Instead, what they do is they commit to a single approach, learn its nuances, and refine it over time. I think that by focusing on one reliable pattern or setup, you can develop the skill and discipline needed to consistently make money. Remember, guys, that trading is about repetition and not variety. Once you find a strategy that suits your trading style, time frame, and also risk tolerance, you can scale it, improve it, and eventually turn it into a sustainable source of income. Bottom line, it's not about knowing every strategy out there, it's about becoming good at one. So guys, those are the 5 key mistakes I believe cause most of new traders to fail. If you understand and steer clear of these common pitfalls, you'll be well on your way to laying the foundation for a solid trading career. And again, it's not about getting everything right from the start, but about learning and adjusting your approach as you grow in the game. By the way, if you are a new trader and looking for some extra advice, trading advice obviously that is, be sure to check out this next video. Alright gang, thanks for watching, and as always, hope to catch you all in the next one.